Welcome to the Computer Literacy Center's online instructional videos. Today we'll be utilizing charts and graphs in Google Sheets. My name is Jimmy LeBaron, and I'll be your guide through this tutorial. In this video, we're going to create charts and graphs using our existing data sets and then customize them to fit our style goals. Here you can see how data looks when simply expressed in the cells of Google Sheets. Although all the data is here, it can be hard to analyze or catch on to trends when it's just a grid full of numbers. Here, you have that same data being expressed in a reader-friendly graph. A graph like this allows our data to be represented in a way where we can get much more information from a glance. For example, we can see that sales are, overall, increasing year to year, and sales typically peak around August or September each year. This is much easier than reading each individual number to arrive at these same conclusions. We have all likely had to create graphs or charts in the past by hand, but using Sheets to create them takes out all the hard work. Google Sheets provides the benefit of being quick and easy, allowing you to instantly generate charts of many different varieties. Sheets also allows you to manipulate the data and see the changes to the chart in real time. Let's dive into making our own charts. To follow along, make a copy of the Using Charts and Graphs start file and save it with your own name. We will start here with this example set of data. This data set has the monthly revenue for the past 4 years. We want to be able to compare the yearly and monthly changes. With the data already prepared, it is incredibly simple to create a chart from it. First, we select the data that we would like to include in our graph, in this case, cells A2 through E14. Then we'll select Insert, then Chart. Here we can take a look at the variety of charts that we could use by clicking the Chart Type drop-down menu. In this example, we will be using the line chart, which provides a convenient way to compare the yearly and monthly sales. Let's go ahead and add in some titles. With the chart selected, click on the Customize tab, then Chart and Axis Title. Here we can change the title of the table, as well as give the separate axes some labels. I'm going to title the chart Yearly Sales. Down here, you'll see the standard text formatting options available to us for these titles. Select the horizontal axis title and change it to Months, and the vertical axis title to Profit in Thousands. That's looking pretty good. Let's spruce this chart up a bit. We can utilize Google Sheets themes to alter the look of our charts as well as the entire document so everything looks consistent. Select Format, then Theme. We have a lot of options here we can choose from. Sometimes it is nice to have more control of colors though, so let's get more specific with our customization. Reselect the chart by double-clicking an empty spot. This brings up our editing options on the side again. Choose Customize and Chart Style. Here we can change the background color as well as add a border. If you would like to adjust the colors of the graph lines, you simply double-click on the line you'd like to change in the chart, and then select whatever formatting option you would like. I'll change this green line to a nice Weber State purple. Let's try creating a different type of chart. On the second page of our example sheet, we have a simpler set of data, but we want to make it easier to visualize. It is percentage-based, so a pie chart can be a great way to give a visual representation of numbers. Let's start the same way we did with the line chart. Select the data cells A2 through B9 and then go to the Insert menu and click Chart. Sheets will automatically detect that our data would most likely be represented best using a pie chart. The title isn't quite right though, so let's double-click that and change it to Viewers. It would also be nice to see what these numbers represent, so let's add a subtitle by clicking on the Title Type selector and choosing Chart Subtitle. Then we'll type into the title text box Age Ranges. Let's also make the chart a bit bigger by dragging one of the corners out. Now let's make this text easier to read. With the chart selected, double-click on one of the labels. This pulls up our legend options. Let's increase the font to 16 and make it bold so it's easier to read. That looks great. There are plenty of other options you can play around with in the other customization tabs, so feel free to try some of these settings out. Once a graph or chart like this is created, you are also able to use it in your Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Slides documents. It is as simple as copying and pasting the graph. To do this, select the chart and press Ctrl-C on Windows or Command-C on macOS. Then open the program you'd like to use the graph in and press Ctrl-V on Windows or Command-V on macOS. You can either paste it linked or unlinked. If it is linked, any changes made to the chart in Sheets will be updated in other programs. Let's try that. We'll go back to our Google document and make an edit to the graph. Let's double-click the orange section to bring up the chart editor and change the color to this muted purple. Now we'll head back over to the Google Docs file and reselect the chart. Now we select the Update button. If we were to have pasted the chart unlinked, none of those changes would be updated here. Pasting charts can be extremely useful for research papers or presentations, so you can include the graph on a Docs file without having to recreate it. In this video, we created charts and graphs and customized them to our liking. For more information about Google Sheets or other computer literacy topics, visit our website at weber.edu/clc.